over the past 3 days, I've made over $7,000 trading meme coins, trading shitters in the trenches. And I wanted to give a rundown as to how it happened, why I did it, losses that I took, and give you an idea of what I personally look for when trading this market. So we're going to go through a couple of charts here and there, but I will first say that like this market is super hot. There's a ton of opportunity. There have been a lot of very obvious plays, right? And what do we look for when we see new stuff come up? So the first thing that I'm going to do is flip you around. All of this stuff was mentioned in my group, Cano Labs, so I recommend joining that. You can join up. The link is right here, so you can just click that and join. And we have a shitcoin chat that anybody can get into. This is like what it is right now. People are like scanning stuff and whatever. So what we're going to do is first take a look at Pumpfun. And I found all of these coins as they had already graduated on this pump vision within BullX, which this is the suite that I currently use more than others. And so generally what I like to do is set filters here. So my filters on these, I think you can see these: liquidity at 10K, volume 10K, market cap 10K. There's a couple different ways you can play this. I know that there's a lot of people that sit in new creations and they just love to put money into sub 10K shitters. And that's not really my thing. Like what I prefer is to wait for things to get a little bit of traction, especially if there's like a big event that happens, because whenever something big happens like Trump or JD Vance getting picked as VP, there's a lot that will launch and they will hit Pumpfun, but you want to find the one that is going to catch the traction. And so there is a strat there, obviously, where you can, if you see that there's like 5 different JD Vance coins, you can just chuck like a couple soul into each one. And then generally one of them, if you hit the right one, is going to run super hard and it would make up for the losses of the other ones if you didn't get into the right one. But I typically don't do that. I like to wait for something to graduate and then I will check the volume and see if other groups that I'm in are also talking about it. And so that's like another thing that like I'm in a lot of Discord groups and Telegram groups, so I'm always constantly keeping up with that side of things. But these were the trades. So we're first going to take a look at Vance. I thought I had this pulled up to where it needed to be. So JD Vance he did get announced as the VP, and there was already a JD Vance coin that was out that was at like 4 or 5 million, but I knew that there was going to be a new runner. I scanned this at 125, but I actually didn't get in until around, I think it was like 400 or 500K, but I spammed buys here. So this was like 5 SOL each. And it ran from this, let's just call it 500K. It ran all the way to around 2 million. And I sold a clip. Like I think I sold 10% like right here, because I was like, okay, this is at 1.7 million and it looked like it was going to keep running. But the thing about this market right now is that people just rotate so fast into other stuff that you have to be aggressive with taking profit. So what happened is this topped at like 1.7 and then it dipped down to like 800K and then it rallied back up to around 1.4 million. So I did get lucky, and you could see that I spammed the shit out of sells, and I just took profit on that second bounce. I missed out on probably 2 to 3K by not selling the top, but who knows? Like it could have gone higher. But this was a situation where I saw it graduate, kept an eye on it. It mooned super hard, and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the one. It had $250,000 in 5-minute volume, which then ended up going up and up. So I think at one point it hit like even 600K. But this was a scenario where I saw it graduate, I saw it got volume, aped into it, should have aped harder, of course. But I've actually, my whole thing, and this is like a side note, I have been trying to run up. I know people post this shit on Twitter all the time, which is funny, but I actually have been trying to run up accounts from nothing. So this account, when I started it, it probably had like 20 or 30 SOL. I ended up losing a good portion of that, and then I got down to like 6 because the past like couple weeks were pretty bad. So I did lose money on this account specifically. So I got down to like 6 SOL, and then I ran it back up to 55 over the past couple of days. So the profit there, 15 in, took 17 out, 2,700 profit. That was in like an hour. Next one, fear not. So this was a catchphrase that got mentioned on like a Donald Trump pamphlet or something. And same thing, like we had this in Canto super early. I think I bought into this a little bit higher. So I put in, let's see what it was, 5 SOL. So I only put 5 SOL into this one. And I think I filled at, I believe it was like 500K. It ran up. I took some initials on this first run up. You can see that it dumped a little bit. I stayed in it and waited, and then I sold as it went up past 2 million. So then I got the rest of it out. I ended up making 1,300 on this one. Of course, this did dump a little bit, went down to about 1 million, and then had a crazy run to almost 6. So obviously I papered that, but at least I did make money on this one. So there was that. The next was ear. I should have gone into this one way harder. I did this trade on Photon. So I traded in and out of this a lot. I found this super early, like super early. I got into this. My first buy was at like 1.5 million. I ended up selling super quick because it ran to 4. And then this one just so happened to have like millions and millions of volume. Like I think this coin ended up having like over 100 million in volume for like its lifetime. And it just kept running. And so I eventually like aped back in because I was just like, dude, this is just going to keep running. And it dumped. So I was like, okay, maybe this is dead. I sold. I took a little bit of a loss right here. But then as it kept running and as the volume picked up, I bought back like on this. You can see this red right here, this red dump. So I ended up buying back there, which was around like 19 million. And then I sold in this area right here, which was like 24, 25. I will say, just full transparency, I traded this one like shit. Like I still made money. So like people will say profit is profit, but I traded this one like total shit because if I had just held what I put in initially, this 15 SOL that I put in, dude, I would have made like 200 SOL or some shit. Like it would have been crazy. But yeah, so that was kind of my play on that. Like I said, made 2,000. And then this was one that, so when JD Vance got picked as the VP, there was this like Twitter post where he was making fun of like his 1999 used car that he bought. And like, I should have brought it up, but long story short, there was like a meme that JD Vance put up a while back. And so this hit Pumpfun. I got in at 150K. Like I just spammed buys. I was up 15 SOL on this super quick. And then it dumped. I didn't sell any. And then I ended up just like full taking a loss because I noticed that volume slowed down a lot. And I was like, oh, this is fucked. It bottomed at like 30K, ran back up to 230, dumped again down to like 30K, and then ran back up to 400. So I played this one bad. I think I lost like 7 SOL on this because I put in 15 and then I sold for like a 50% loss. But either way, wanted to just give like a little bit of an insight as to what I did on each of these trades. I'm just going to say this right now. I am not perfect. My whole thing always is to just be in the right groups, which obviously I spend a lot of time in my group. I am in a couple other groups, which are like Shocked, Pastel, Vanquish, Telegram groups, friends and family groups. And I'm always just like keeping an eye on what's going on. The goal is to win more than you lose. And on Twitter, it makes it very hard because you have a lot of people that are constantly trying to make it seem like they only win all the time. But I lose. Like I lost like 50, 60. It could have been like even more than that. Like I lost a lot of money within the past 2 to 3 weeks because the market was super brutal and I just wasn't playing towards my strength. And so win more than you lose and try to not let what other people are doing get in your head, because you'll say like, oh, everyone else looks like they're making so much money and I suck. But the fact is that every trader on their way to 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it may be, everyone takes losses, but it's not a one and done kind of thing. It's like you get into stuff, you make money, you try to limit your losses, And the goal ultimately, and this is how you win, is by being profitable more than you lose. It's not about being perfect every time, and to not get pissed if you feel like you suck at this, because I really do believe that everybody is really one trade away from changing their life. There's no doubt about that, because you could be sitting at your computer, right place, right time. You find the right ticker, you see it, you like it, you put in a SOL, 2 SOL, and then you cash out 50. That helps you run your bag up. You turn that 50 to 200, and then you just crush it. So anyway, that's my video today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a follow. Join my Discord if you'd like. Would love to have you in. And yeah, let's just keep crushing it, because this market is super hot and I'm enjoying it a lot. So anyway, take it easy, guys. See you later. And yeah, thanks for watching.